Okay, fellow SF people, thanks for turning out once again. Excuse me. Today is a video I've been looking forward to for a while now since I heard about it. It's a video about the London SF Paperback and Pulp Fair, which took place at the Holiday Inn, Bloomsbury, on Sunday the 24th. Now, I'm just going to give you my impressions of the day. There'll be a couple of videos coming up shortly. I chose not to film because I didn't want the encumbrance of doing interviews and walking around with a phone and taking pictures of everything. So I decided I just wanted to concentrate on browsing and the collecting aspect. So anyway, I took a 7-hour overnight coach journey from the northeast and arrived in London early. So as a result, I was at the fair early. Now I understand that I was at the front of the queue, of course. I understand that there was a queue that stretched out from the room, out of the door, hotel door, around the front wall and around the corner too. So it's quite a few people. Now there was an Ephemera fair in the adjoining room. So I guess, obviously quite a few of those people would have been interested in that. But there was still a lot of people in the Pulp and Fair, Pulp and SF section. Now when I walked in, I would imagine, just off the top of my head, there was about 12 dealers there. But really, SF dealers, it wasn't about the quantity, it was more about the quality of the books on show. And there was a lot of quality there. So I got in and it filled up pretty quickly. So, you had to be on your toes to get to the stores to see what you wanted. Now, one of the highlights of the day for me, apart from the collecting and book aspect, was meeting 3 of my favourite booktubers. The first person I encountered was Jules from Jules' Burt channel. We had a nice chat, and Jules gave me one of his postcards there, and on the back a nice little greeting, great to meet you, Kenny, my best, Jules. So that was nice. Jules, very nice chap, very friendly indeed. Then during the course of the day, John from Sci-Fi Scavenger came over to me and we had a chat. John didn't stay too long, so we didn't have a chance to say a lot to each other, but we had a couple of conversations, so that was good. And then Stephen, the outlaw bookseller, rocked up a bit later. His train wasn't due until about 10:30, I think it was. So he was a bit late getting there, but I had a few words with him, but unfortunately we kept missing each other. I would have liked to have spoken to him more, but we kept missing each other. And Jules did an interview with me later on for the video that he'll be putting out in a couple of days. And Stephen will be also doing one, I understand. So that was the brief flavour of the event as I saw it. Now, so we'll just move on now to the books, because I didn't get a massive amount, but it'll take a while to get through them. So first of all, one of the things I've been particularly interested in lately were the Badger books. These are old science fiction books from the late 50s, early 60s to mid 60s, and I picked up a few of those. So that was the first one I picked up. Now, not in the greatest shape in the world, but it's got a nice spine. That's number 41, so one of the earlier ones. That wasn't very expensive. I can't remember quite what that one cost, but it was cheap. And then I got this very nice one. I haven't even taken a lot of these out of the plastic bags yet because they look quite nice in them. This is number 112, so that's near the back end of the run, but it's in very, very nice shape. And that was a fiver, as you can see. So yeah, I was quite happy with these. I mean, these are typically, I don't know, anything but anywhere between £7, £8 to £10 online and beyond. I've seen them up for 20 quid each, which I wouldn't pay. Excuse me, quite frankly. Then I picked up a few that were around about the £6 mark. 97 looks like Dracula on there. These all have distinctive covers, these Badger books. That was number 110, so again, that's a later one. But I like to have the spine in good condition, because when you've got them on the shelves, there's nothing worse than a tatty looking spine. And I managed that with all of these. And then there's a particularly nice one, condition-wise. Now, weirdly, I didn't know they did blue spines. I thought all the spines, like the door books, were yellow, but that's a blue spine one. That's number 36, so that was the earliest one I got. So maybe, I don't have too many of the earliest ones, so maybe they were all blue spines. Perhaps somebody can let me know. But again, £6 in very nice shape. Yeah, pleased with that one. And this one was not in as great shape, but it was only £2. Which, you just don't find these for £2. People want, big money for these in this condition online. So £2, and that's 86, so that's mid-run. All of these most of these were written, although they have different pseudonyms, were written by a chap called Lionel Fanthorpe. His typewriter must have been busy. Yeah, so that was the Badger books, 5 of those. To get 5 in one swoop was a good deal for me. I was quite happy with that one. And now moving on to the door books. As you know, door is my passion. I was a little disappointed that there weren't so many door books there, but luckily Dorset Bob, who's a friend of Jules and Stephen, had a few. I had a chance to talk with him as well. Very, very nice chap as well. And also I had a chance to speak to, talking of doors, Morris from Zardo's books. And I bought quite a lot of doors through the post with him over the last year or so. So it was nice to have a chat with him. And this was a nice priced one, John Brunner. This is 133. I think it was probably about the earliest one I got, number-wise, because I'm trying to get the first 100. So it would have been nice to have found a few, but nothing that early, sadly. But for a £5, it's that crease you see there is actually the paper bag, but the book inside is VG to near mint, I would say. Very nice indeed. Of course, it's got a nice califreeze cover as well, which is always pleasing. Then this one you don't see around too often because it's quite collectible. Thomas Burnett's Swan, Not World. I should know the artist on that one. It's an it's an early-ish one again, number 140. That's George Barr. I should have known that. Nice cover. Again, that was one of Morris's batch of very, very nice books. He'd recently bought a nice collection and he bought the remnants of it that he hadn't sold already, and there was some lovely stuff in there. That one was a bit cheaper. That was only worked out about £5 with the discount I got. So yeah, pleased with that one. All these have got lovely full yellow spines the way they should be. Here's an earlier one. Sorry, a later one. Number. Where are we? Sun's getting my eyes here. 386. People Beyond the Wall. I'm not familiar with this particular author, but again, lovely condition. I mean, typically those Bob books, there were a few there I had, were £8, which is not bad. Not bad at all for books in this condition. I look online for these and prices stink, quite frankly. No other way to put it. Then it was a nice one to have, because the Gore books are quite popular, and very often you see them in a bit of a tatty condition. But this one is absolutely minty. That was a bit more expensive at 10, but you have to pay for the Gore books, especially in that shape. So that was nice. These were annual books, as you can see, that's the book for 1977. They just came out annually. Having said that, there's quite a few of them. I think they started before Door began doing the Gore books. So Door got some of the later run. Dear, getting hoarse already. This was one of the later ones, number 557. One of the very later yellow spines. They went up to 580, the yellow spines. And I don't like that cover, but I've never seen that particular book, so I was quite pleased because it's in mint and lovely yellow spine. I mean, sometimes with Doors, they're getting so hard to come by now that you have to put up with spines that are not yellow, that they go, when they're sun bleached, they go a bit grey and they look horrible. But, you just have to get what you can get with Doors. Most of mine, luckily, are pretty good shape, but I do have the odd few with these horrible bleached spines, but what can you do? And then here's a nice one to have. That was the earliest one I got, actually, 125, Warrior of World's End. It's a 6-book series, and that's the 4th that I have, so I need 2 more of those. That's a nice cover. Red's always striking. And then, yes, next I was very pleased to get these. The new writings. I need about 6 of these, and I've got a couple again in beautiful condition. Unfortunately, a few of mine have been well read, but the first 10 or so I've got first printings from early on in the 60s. They're all in good condition, but some of the mid-numbered ones not so great. But as you can see, that one is perfectly formed, and £4 is very reasonable indeed. Another one of Dorset Bob's specials. And now we get on to some of the ones that are not so easy to find. Number 28. Got a little bit of scuffing there, but I can live with that because the rest of it's very nice. Alright, so that was that. I'll just pull some of these forward so I can get to them. Now there was Dorset Bob was, no sorry, Morris from Zardoz was brought along a lot of overstock stuff, and they were £1 each. You can't do any better than that, picking up decent science fiction for £1 each. And I could have, excuse me, I could have spent 30 quid, but you know, A, I don't have the space, and B, I love lug these things around London afterwards. So, but I found 5, which were very nice for £1. That's an Alfred Bester. I don't have a collection in that nice pan livery. And that's got about 3 stories in. And it's from, I think, early 70s maybe. No, it's from 69. 1969, so he's getting on a little bit of a rolled spine, but you know, for £1, who cares? And then I was particularly pleased with this one because it's a series I'm collecting. I used to read these when I was about 16 in my lunch hour at work. Got through quite a lot of these, and I'm trying to get them all just out of nostalgia. Best of Sci-Fi 2. Yeah, slightly faded spine there, but you can't really tell with the light blue how faded it is. I don't think it's too bad because the back's about the same. So yeah, I don't need many of those now, so I was pleased with that one. And this is one of those old 1960s anthologies, American anthologies that I love. First Step Outwards. You can see the list of writers there, quite a who's who. Of all-time writers, this one will be 60s, mid-60s, I would imagine. We can find it. Come on. Yeah, this one is, well, it's the first printing from 69. A bit worn on the spine, but nothing to worry about. Now, this one I remember having the full series of. That's Stella number 5. I think there's only 5 of them. That's the last one, obviously. That's another anthology. And I love these Valentine Del Rey books. They're really stylish. And I love American printings anyway. So I'm always happy to get something nice in American printing. So now I'll have to have a look for the other 4 of those. And then the last one I got from Morris was a Paul Anderson Pyramid book. Way back, I think that might be a bit earlier, this one actually. Yeah, that's 1961, so that's well old. And not in bad condition for a book of that age. And as I say, for £1. That's a giveaway as far as I'm concerned. Absolute giveaway. Just checking my time here, I'm doing all right. Right now, there was a guy in the next door Ephemera fair who had a few science fiction, £3 each. So I picked up from him, sorted it, that one which I thought was very reasonable, lovely shape. Because that's a nice Jeff Jones cover. And you don't see these books around too often. As I say, the Lancer books, obviously they're American. I don't know if they were sent over here, distributed over here, but I haven't seen many around, if any. So yeah, £3 was all right with me in that condition. And then he had one of these nice little lace books, which I love. As you can see, those of you who are not familiar, the size is quite small compared with your normal paperback. Now that's the second of the series. I had the other one, So I was delighted to get that. Forget what the first one's called. Time. I have it in here. Yeah, Timer of the Light Country, that's the one I've got. That's a cover by Jack Gorn. A lot of these have nice covers by like Roy Krenkel, Frank Frazetta, people like this. That's nice. But yeah, I mean, any Ace books, the doubles, these little ones, that go back to the 60s, I love them. Now I managed to get another one of the little ones. What was it, the Imperium by Lom? I don't have many books by this fella, but that was just £2 off another dealer. Same dealer that sold me the first book I showed you, the £2 Badger. So I wish I'd had some more for £2. I'd have been pilfering their stall. £2 each, not pilfering, but wrong word. Taking some away. Not in bad shape, a little bit rolled, but that one needs a bit of a clean up. It's a bit grubby, but a bit of polish will sort that one out. And then I don't remember, I got a couple of very nice books from the same dealer. I should know him, but I can't bring his name to mind. This one was actually free because I bought 2 off him and he gave me a £2 discount. Now, I don't normally collect horror, but this particular one has a Harl Nelson story. And as a disciple of Harl Nelson, I just couldn't resist. I mean, it's in beautiful condition, it is. I mean, you probably buy one off the bookshelf when it was printed that was worse than this. Really is lovely. Probably the best condition book I bought all day. I know it's harder to see it through the plastic, but it is very, very nice indeed. As I say, that was free virtually, so who can complain? But yeah, anything with Harl Nelson in is all right with me, even though it is horror. I shall slap it in the Harl Nelson section. Now these next couple were, or next 3, were real finds. Very scarce books, especially in the UK. You'll be lucky to see them. Now, I'm collecting these best of different authors from Ballantyne Del Rey, but this is the best of Planet Stories. Now, for those unfamiliar, Planet Stories was an old pulp magazine of the 1950s that had smashing covers, women, females in distress, aliens with ray guns. Oh, it was great stuff. I've actually got 3 of them. They're not in great shape, but I keep them. I don't collect pulps. I daren't, because it's a rabbit hole you really don't want to go down. But yeah, that's the best of. Very nice cover there. I don't know who did it, but it's edited by Lee Brackett. It's the first printing, and it's got some stellar authors there. So I was quite happy to pay a tenner for that. It says the spine's a bit sun-faded, but it looks all right to me. I'm quite happy with that one for a tenner. Indeedy do. So that was that. Let's keep an eye on my time here, because I can't go over 30 minutes without having to splice, and I don't want to do that. I can't do that. I have to get somebody else to do it for me. Right. Now, these are scarce. Believe me when I say that, they are scarce. You can probably pick them up in America. I don't know what the price is, but they won't be cheap. And you never see them over here. This was off Dorset Bob's collection. The Avon Fantasy Reader. Lovely cover. Now this one was £15, but as I say, Bob gave me a generous discount on what I bought, so it probably brought this one down in price. But I mean, even at £15 in mint condition, you can't complain. These are so hard to find. And it's a nostalgic thing for me, because I remember having them and liking them, and I don't know why I got rid of them, quite honestly. I must have been a day of madness when I was on the beer or something. I don't know. And then I had to have the second Avon fantasy reader. A nice book, great nick. I think there are only two of these. But apart from a slight dent in the corner there, this is mint. Again, I can live with that. So I was very, very pleased with those. But the find of the day actually came from a guy stuck right in the corner. He didn't have a lot of stuff, but I had to wander over, and I saw something that I've been trying to get for years. And it's this. This is the first of the paperback series when it went from a magazine pulpy thing to paperback, edited by Michael Moorcock. This is the very first one. I've been looking for it forever. I've seen it online in not so good nick for about 30 quid. So I feared the worst, because I mean, look at that. That is absolutely mint. Very rarely see these. These are like 60 years old, and you very rarely see them in this shape. So I feared the worst when I asked the guy how much, and he said a tenner. I said, what? So I couldn't whip my money out quick enough in case he changed his mind. Honestly, I was delighted with that for a tenner. So yeah, that was my outstanding buy of the day. Just lovely. Well pleased. Now I left the fair maybe half an hour before it finished. So I wanted to go down to London. I had 8 hours to kill actually before the coach back home, and I thought I would fill it easily, but it was hard in the end. But I visited 3 bookshops and found a grand total of 2 books, which annoyed me somewhat because I did a lot of foot slogging to get there. But you know, John, the sci-fi scavenger, he seems to visit one, comes away with a bag full of them. I visited 3 in London of all places and came away with 2. But I was pretty pleased with them both. Now this is one that Stephen, the outlaw bookseller, showed on his channel recently, and I was fascinated by this. So I've got a lot of Farmer, but never heard of this one. And when I got the chance to buy it, I thought, right, I'm having it. In nice shape, minty. 6 quid, like, but there you go. You got to pay it for these nice condition books. And then I went to a Oxfam charity bookshop. Nothing there until I'd spotted this. I'm a big Ulrich fan. Didn't even know this existed. It's in absolutely mint condition. It's a large size book, and it was 17 quid originally, and I got it for 4. So yeah, I was happy that I slogged about a mile and a half to get it, but yeah, nice. So that was my haul, guys. I think you'll agree there's some very nice stuff in there. And then after all that lot, I had a 7-hour coach trip back home, and I was absolutely knackered and wrung out by the time I got home, went straight to bed. Okay, so thank you all very much for watching this video, and the usual stuff that you do, subscribe. I'm up to about 3,900 now, so we're edging on towards 4,000 subs. I don't know where they all are. Obviously they're all from my earlier videos when I used to do all sorts of stuff, collecting wise. So yes, I'm running out of time now, so thank you all very much, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.